right, guys, so today is key day.
We did a thing.
Single family, new construction model home versus smaller townhome in Pearl City.
2 clients getting keys today. One, Kenny primarily took care of. It's a unique one because they're buying a new construction model home.
Yeah.
It came with some grief and strife, and maybe we'll get into that a little bit. And then another one that had some things.
A little bit drama too.
We'll save the spilling of tea for later because you already spilled the Coke.
I did spill the Coke.
You gotta down them now.
You stupid. So we are at Makamai, Kenny's clients. They just arrived. They bought one of the model homes in Makamai, phase 1, downstairs bedroom for mom to live in. I just found out that they did not know we were gonna be here because Makamai is one of those places where the developer doesn't allow you to film. So I know you've probably seen our videos at Ko'ulu, Koa Ridge, Ho'opili, and you haven't seen Makamai, and that's because we weren't able to get in there. Hopefully we can get in there today now that we have clients who are officially owners.
We want you guys to light up the comment section. Just say congratulations to this local family.
Yes.
This local family repositioning, getting a ground floor bedroom for mom. Congrats to this local family. Light us up. Okay, so we just did a walkthrough, gave our clients their keys for their brand new home, this new construction home. We can't show you the inside of this home today because we're respecting our clients.
And it's a little bit different when you're buying a new house and it's completely empty, like most houses are when you get it. But this is like all of their stuff is already in there. You know, they had mom with them, which would be like Auntie Tutu.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure to give them their space, show them some aloha, spend some time. They showed us the whole house. Fantastic, trust us, it's beautiful. But that's just gonna be for them.
They actually got the model home.
Everything about that house was gorgeous. And also, what I didn't know, that they were looking at a different house in the community. And then that same day, they released the model homes for sale. Very meant to be, very perfect for them. And just the level of upgrades in there.
It was phenomenal. Almost no one would achieve that on their own. And so to be able to buy the model home and have it so beautiful, we're really happy for them.
Yeah, literally we walk through all these new constructions and we're always like, hey, keep in mind, the developer goes crazy with their upgrades, so it's not gonna look like this, quite like this when you get it. And they left everything. They even left the walnuts.
And the sunflower seeds.
Yeah. And I opened the books, I was like, oh, I wonder if these are just like prop books, you know?
They're real books.
Real books.
Yeah.
Real plants.
Doing new construction, purchasing can be really smooth and it can be other than smooth. So the way this one came to be, our lender got a call from this guy. She connected him to us. He wanted to buy an Ewa. Mom had just had some medical difficulties. Mom's probably, I think, in her 90s. They need a bedroom downstairs. So we were on the hunt for a specific thing. Now, there are those homes, especially in Ewa Beach, all the newer construction, more modern construction. Kenny did a great job to the degree that we could affect things, went to bat for our clients on every little thing. And just for example, on this one, it came with furniture, it came with all furniture, including an outdoor table that wasn't there today. And tell me how you would feel. Some of you would feel some type of way offended. The thing that bothered us is the person in the sales office on the sales team just said, hey, no, there was never a table. We're like, look at the website. I mean, not only is the table in the photos, it was there when we did our walkthrough.
No, it's in writing too.
And it's in writing that there was a table. It doesn't say which table, it doesn't say which brand and model number, but there was a table there and then there was no table. Not only were we told that it wasn't in writing, but we said, no, it is in writing.
Also, here's a picture
But also here's a picture from your website. And so that became a bit of a thing. You're in Hawaii with limited inventory, you're dealing with a big builder who, frankly, their pen is mightier. We walked that fine line, we went to bat, and you know what? To their credit, in the end, they said, you know what had happened was the table became infested with some things, so we need to get it out, protect the integrity of the home and the surrounding homes. We're like, okay.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
I can respect that.
But say that.
TBD, stay tuned to the channel. We'll keep you updated on this saga of what the builder is going to do about the table. What we trust is that this builder will be doing the right thing and supplying either a credit or a table of like kind and quality to our clients. Where we're going next? We're going over there.
What? Oh yeah.
Right
literally over there. So we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna head more central into Pearl City. Century Park Plaza, Twin Towers, Pearl City. It's not there. Sorry to get you worked up and excited. It's not at Century Park Plaza, but it's at townhouses, condos right next to there, right next to Leeward Community College, right next to the rail station.
Had a little bit of drama on this one.
Little bit of drama on this one too.
We alluded to it on one of our live streams that happen on most every Tuesday. We had to kind of go to bat on this one too.
Yes.
How come people like mess with us?
Come on, man. It's the holiday season. Don't try me right now.
Don't try.
Don't try me.
Yeah, we'll spill the tea on this one. right after these messages. Actually, there's no commercial. Well, let me see. How do I walk? How do
Like
I
this. We got your shoulders back a little bit.
Nah.
Yes, they are. Cut to the Alamana at the top of the parking lot where we were.
Oh, not the specific.
Boom. Cut to that scene. You walk in like that.
Let me see. Walk.
Oh, you know what?
Walk
cut,
2
cut
squares.
to Pro Highlands right over there. When you walk it into the corner of the parking lot. Tell me
What
not.
are you guys talking about?
Tell me not.
Let me see 2 squares.
Specifically-
Let me see how it is.
Okay, first you gotta pop the shoulders back a little bit, and then, like little bit like I get lumbar spine pain, old man, but also a little bit like.
Hey, you know what? I don't know what they're talking about, but I look forward to seeing it. You
Yeah.
tell me in the comments.
That's how you walk. Don't
And that's
act.
how I walk.
Look, you're doing it right now. So we just left Makamai in Ewa Beach, and now we're in Pearl City. Did you know this was here? Tell me, did you know this was here? If you're local, you never go LCC, and you never go house parties.
Well, I was gonna say go into LCC instead of turn right, go left.
Did you know there were townhouses here? Because I did
I
not.
knew,
I went to
because when you're
LCC
like
for like a
18,
year.
you're like, oh, what are those dorms? And they're not. HOA probably.
I'm talking like when you and Charles was in high school and college.
She acts like she's so much younger.
That's different.
Q, wasn't Mahi talking about Tower Records and Radio Shack? So, cue that. How old are you now?
I don't know. Old enough to know what Tower Records is. Anyway, point being, we have a key day today. We are waiting for our client to get here.
It's a 2-bedroom townhome. Now, some
Yeah.
people look over here and they go, those are condos, right? We've probably said it 15 times on the channel. A condo, think building, think interior access, think that.
Condo.
This
Townhouse
is
is
a townhouse.
yeah, walk up. To me, it's like 2 stories. There's no elevator option
Yeah.
ever.
I don't know the technical real estate definition, but 3 stories is not townhouse.
No, not to
Gotta
me.
be 2.
Yeah, not to us.
That's Hawaii.
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
thing. Depending on what direction you're going, you can avoid some of this H1, H2 merge traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Also, keeping it real, depending on direction you're going, you're gonna put yourself in it,
Yeah.
in that Home Depot traffic.
Yeah, but you're gonna put yourself in that no matter where you're coming from on this side
In
of the
Pearl City,
island.
yeah.
I'd rather do it like right here and just go.
True.
Yeah.
This is kind of sort of the end of Metro Honolulu. Now, local people are like, how dare you? It's not Honolulu. Pearl City. In fact, Karihi is a stretch. Honolulu, Salt Lake, Aiea, Pearl City. You're kind of blending out the same thing, and then there's an obvious like demarcation of, okay, Waikele is different.
Yeah.
In fact, if you want to be a real estate nerd, you can start using the USDA loan, the zero down loan intended to sort of populate, invigorate, I don't know.
Did you say vigorate?
Yeah,
Do you mean
invigorate?
invigorate?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. To get people to buy houses in rural areas.
Yes.
And that,
we want to
although it's
invigorate
not
the rural
rural
areas.
anymore.
No.
Waikele,
Back in the day, it was.
Waipahu, Waikele, Ewa was that.
Yeah,
and
used
it's
to be
still that way.
plantation.
When Honolulu like sprawled, this was a one of those points of sprawl where it changed
Yeah.
that way.
We're like, you know what? We're done sprawling.
Done sprawling.
Yeah, we're gonna pause sprawl.
There's some tea to be spilled on this
Oh
one.
yes, this one was an interesting one.
So what happened was, we knew that there was an assessment. You guys have heard of all these HOA and maintenance fee increases and assessments and insufficient insurance, and even in condo buildings, sometimes retrofitting of fire sprinklers. And these are things that we really check out thoroughly. And so we checked it out. And then what had happened was, we find out in the 11th hour that there's more that was not disclosed to us. And how could we have known? Well, it was found through a lender route, and then
Yeah.
the agents followed up and pounced on it. And long story short, it seemed pretty damn obvious that the people selling this home knew there was this additional increase, which we double, triple checked and audited, was not disclosed. All material facts have to be disclosed. Would it be materially important, and could it change your opinion of a home if there's an increase of the community's finances that you didn't know about until your final loan approval? Well, that's what we discovered. We told the client, back out. We don't care about commission, back out. But the client really wanted the house. It would not be right if we didn't. So we did get a credit for our clients. We actually wanted to play harder and hold out for more, but we got an amount that was acceptable to them. We're closing this deal.
At the end of the day, we were able to get them a credit for the home inspection and a little bit of additional credit for this new information. While I wish we could have gone for the throat a little bit more, we already beat out like 6 other offers.
Yeah.
And they already had backup offers in place. Sometimes you got to strategize and see how hard you can actually go without losing the deal.
I'll talk a little bit about ego and leverage. I learned in 2020 not to put my ego in front of the deal or the client's own personal interest. Notice I didn't say best interest, because sometimes us as agents, we may help a client get out from in front of themselves. Don't buy this termite ridden house. I've written emails saying I don't suggest you buy this home.
We've spent hours and hours.
Talking people out,
Yeah.
but they want to buy it. So, but at some point, my ego can't be in front of their own personal interests. In 2020, when the world was shut down, there was none of this road noise. There's no noise because the world was shut down. It was scary. It was a scary, dark time. And I remember our clients buying a home, and I'm thinking, I don't even feel right earning and helping them. I'm like sneaking out like a ninja to open houses because I might get arrested, masks on face.
Yeah.
But I would have been stupid to talk them out of that deal. They bought the home for $700, then it was worth $800, then $900. Interest rates went down. Like, they were seasoned buyers. They had made their informed decision. So that's what we do. We try and help the client make an informed decision and never put our ego in front of the deal.
At the end of the day, it is your decision. We're going to gather all the information we can to help you guys make the best decision, but it's your choice.
I wanted our clients to achieve more credit on this one, and I was fine walking away from the deal. I'm thinking P&L, top line revenue, expenses, bottom line. I'm like, walk away from that freaking thing. I don't care. But it's not my ego, it's their personal choice. The other thing is leverage. Sometimes you may be a seller because you went to coreteamhawaii.com, you went to the bottom, you filled out the contact form. No shame, man. Yeah. You filled out the contact form and you reached out to us. Our assistant called you 5 days of the week. She was on, so she called you and she filled out the questionnaire, and then we called you right after, and then we're working together. And then months later, we're selling your home. Buyer's asking for X. Seller says, I don't want to give anything. This buyer was offering $2 million. The next offer was $50,000 lower. The buyer is asking for $5,000. You're offended. They offered me a $2 million. Why don't they honor it? There's an as-is document. Isn't it as-is? Well, you don't have to fix anything. They also don't have to continue.
Yeah.
So the negotiation isn't stated that you go negotiate, but it is implied. It's part of the process. It just depends on who has the leverage. If we have a backup offer at $1.21 million, I cover the name, I show them. You guys like, you're gonna act up. It all depends on who has the leverage and how we behave. We want to get the best outcome for you, the highest net outcome or the lowest purchase price. We always want that for you. But when we come to you and say, this is our point of leverage, are you okay losing this deal, Mr. Buyer or Mr. Seller? And who has the control? So in a home inspection, or when a buyer has a new material fact that wasn't originally disclosed, there is a contingency period. We can bluff and bro, we're back out. We'll send you the cancellation doc. We're gonna click the button soon. We can bluff all the way to the end and stay in the deal as the buyer and achieve no credits, but we always had the power to leave. The seller doesn't have the power to leave. As the seller, we have the power to say, we're not giving you anything. We're not giving you anything. But that buyer can walk. And we go, no, come back. You lose leverage. Maybe they go for more. If there's future negotiations, you've even lost more leverage. So you just have to be smart about these things. Trust that we always want to achieve the best outcome for you. I pony up and get excited. Mahi and Aiden, we got this deal. I'm like, where?
Yeah.
Where's the negotiation? I want to be a part of it. We do this 70 something times a year. We're able to get to a point of removing the emotion from it. We understand where are the points of leverage, what's our bailout, what's our parachute.
Because I feel like a lot of our buyers, what they don't understand is, up until the day that contingency expires, the seller cannot cancel on us. They can't cancel on us for asking for the credit. So don't be afraid. If it's reasonable, we're like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ask for it. The worst that can happen is they're not going to give it to you, but you don't ask, you don't get.
But there's craft in that too, right? So you ask for 3 or 4 things that are safety hazards, electrical hazards. Probably achieve that in most cases, most reasonable cases. 20%, 10% on either side. Most of the time you achieve something like that. You start to throw on toilet handle jiggles, there's a screw loose on one knob, and
cabinet handles a little bit more crooked on this.
Now are we putting ourselves to a point where it's going to be even harder to achieve the main things because we seem ridiculous? Just be smart about our requests.
TLDR, please.
We always want to get what you want. That doesn't mean we always can get what you want. And let's say you're in Nebraska watching this and you're never going to buy, or you're going to buy or sell a home in Nebraska. The best agent in Nebraska wants to get the best for you. That doesn't mean that your expectations get to be reality. We'll do our best to achieve that.
Miko, we did a thing. Miko has gotten his keys for his first home here on Hawaii. And we're meeting him here.
Aiden loves the limelight.
You're a natural. I'm a natural.
He's a military contract job brought you here, right? We're coming from the Bay Area. These prices aren't shocking.
No.
About the same.
Worse, actually. Some of them.
Probably more expensive. And then the degree, I always talk about it, the degree, like the distance from really expensive in the middle of the city to out of the city and cheaper, that's a long ways in the Bay Area.
Yeah, it is.
Right? It's like Dublin.
Yeah.
Or Morgan Hill. Here, this happens in like 10, 12 miles from town.
It's like a 20-minute tour. Super close.
How long have you been on island?
5 days. I was here once in 2014.
Were you stationed here?
No, I was just here for a short visit. And then I do the Navy exercise out here every 2 years. So
Are you from the Bay originally?
yes, grew up San Jose, California.
Grew up in San Jose. Growing up in San Jose, what is the thought around Hawaii versus your impression of it now? And what do South Bay people think like, oh, Hawaii is?
Mai Tais on the beach, like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
all they picture Hawaii. It's
Yeah.
like I'll come here, like forget everything. But I'll say last time I was here, when I was driving in traffic, because I had to drive to the other side of the island to the
Yeah.
Marine base. It was like 40 minutes of traffic. It's the only time I've ever been happy to just sit in traffic, just because the view was just beautiful. Do the traffic barriers, two hours to go to work.
880.
880,
Ooh.
680, the Altamont Pass, because I used to drive that. I knew I was going to last 6 months, and I did. So just coming out here, and it's like, yeah, this is way slow pace. The attitude, the culture, it's very, you can feel it when you get
People
off
are
the plane.
more respectful, yeah. Yeah, the road rage doesn't hit the same.
No. And if I get cut off, and I know it's someone on base, like,
Yeah.
you're not from here.
You don't see local people typically cutting you off. And if they do, they, oh.
Yep. I didn't see myself actually living in Hawaii. We just talked about it, and it just happened so quick.
So you're going to be working on Pearl Harbor. What made you choose this area rather than going to Ewa or just going anywhere else? Why'd you end up in the Pro City area?
Definitely mainly listing price.
Okay.
And once we saw that type of home, we've lived in this same size condo before, so we knew we'd be comfortable in it.
Okay.
So when it came up, like looking at the time, it was under anything that we've seen in the past week. We were trying to get it to move in this week. We didn't think that was possible, but just the timing of it worked out. Came out.
Yeah.
We said, hey, yeah, let's check it out.
When we found out that there was a new material fact
Yeah.
about the finances, we may not have had enough the burden of proof to like be able to pursue them further, but it seemed like you guys knew some stuff that you didn't tell us.
Yeah.
We wanted to tell you like, hey, we're down to back out. We don't need to get paid. Like,
Yeah.
let's go for as much credit as possible. We wanted to push even harder,
Yeah.
but you really wanted this home.
I did.
So we went for even more credits than you demanded. Is my point. Yeah.
My wife's the fighter, so
Okay.
I'm the more like, it's okay. Like, we'll be okay. And it actually worked out because once we started getting close to the end, the numbers, we ended up buying down points. Like, okay, this isn't going to hurt us as much as it can. But my wife's like, no, they don't give us what we want. Let's back out. Like, okay, let's talk about this first. Like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Right when that happened, we were like, yeah, what you guys are recommending for sure. Like, we were on the same page.
Here's the thing, if you own this in 10 years, all of that will have been for nothing, right?
Yep.
If I'm gonna hold real estate for 20 years, I will, but what did I pay for this? I don't know, it's just worth a lot more today.
Yeah.
That tends to be how real estate goes. And you guys, you plan on being here how long?
At least 3, because that's what my contract's.
At least 3.
So,
And potentially more.
Potentially more.
At the end of the day, it was a lower HOA than most places already. Even with the increase, the HOA still ended up being substantially lower than a lot of other places that were being considered, that were on the table.
That's a good point. And
So-
that was probably a leverage point for the sellers.
Unfortunately,
they knew that.
probably, yeah, they probably
Yeah.
knew that.
You've been a watcher of the channel. Anything that the people should know or that you want to share with the people?
Listen to Derek.
I will
Yeah.
take that.
There's a different Derek he's referring to.
Well, we have the Bay Area reference point, so if
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this place is like this, you're like, oh, this guy's shooting it straight.
Once I found out you're from Alameda, I was like, oh, he knows exactly what he's talking about. Like, okay.
Not from Alameda, but I spent like
Oh,
a
yeah,
decade
yeah.
there. All right, guys.
What?